So I just need to, I need to find something to prop this up with. I don't know if you can hear me. If anyone can hear me in the live, can you just say, yeah, I can hear you? That'd be great. I need something to find to prop this up, unfortunately. It's got to be in this orientation. Right, let's just find somewhere. If not, I'll just sit it down somewhere. That'd be fine. One sec. If you can hear me, say hi. Say someone in the chat for me, that'd be great. Let's have a little look for something to prop it up with. That'll do. Put it there for now. That's perfect. So how's everybody? Good? That's better. Where's the chat box? Ah, there we go. Live chat. There we go. Okay, if you're on the live, you can hear me, just say hi. Just going to go get a beer. Put the volume up on my other. See if I can hear myself. Hear myself. That's it. Okay, it's all good. So, sitting here, having a beer. Been out to do a review today. Sit here for 10 minutes anyway, see if anyone turns up. It's probably a bad idea to do a live on a Friday. Probably all out on the razzmatazz. But for people who aren't and bored and stuck in and want to chat, then I'm here. Just having a nice cool my beer in a Chang cooler. Got these down the market, so they come in handy, to be honest. There was someone else on it just now, but can't see where they are. Let's see what these buttons do. Lighting. Hi. Glad you could join me. Sitting here with a nice cool beer at the moment. In the condo. Don't be frightened to say hi. Just got these down the market the other day. 40 baht. Does the trick. Hi everybody. Don't be shy, say hi. Put someone in the chat. Just relaxing with a cool, nice cool beer. Cheers everybody. See a few people coming in the chat. It's the first time I've used a live on this device, using the tablet, so just type something in for me if you can, and that'd be great. In fact, yeah, if you can type something in the chat, that'd be great. Ah, there we go. I've got it. I pushed the wrong button. Alex. Cheers, Dave. Yeah. got this container down at the market down in Rompo. It's I think about 40 baht, I think. Just keeps your beer cool. I'm just trying to wonder, you have to keep putting this up, do you? It doesn't stay up, the chat. Okay, so we're experimenting at the moment with the live chat. Just using it as standard at the moment. What I'm trying to do is trying to learn how to use it, but I think I need a proper app really. Somebody can yeah, can you speak good Thai? No, certainly not, but I can speak a little bit of Thai, which comes in handy. Probably say about 40 sentences maybe, and that's about it. Things like Hong Nam Yujanai Cup, like where's the toilet, and Kunchuare Cup, what's your name, and stuff like that, you know, just normal sort of stuff really. No, it's definitely not. My girlfriend's actually from Isan, from up northeast. So I learned 80 different fruits in Isan. So things like kanon, which is jackfruit, bakmi, and faktong, which is pumpkin. Isan is bak. Hi Steve. How you doing, mate? I'm just trying to find out how to keep this chat on. I have to keep pushing the chat all the time, and it's driving me nuts. Oh, okay, then maybe that's it. So I'm sitting having a beer, and I thought I'd have a chat to you guys. I released my latest video today. That went out at lunchtime today, Thai time. Got about 8 or 9 days left, and then I'm heading back to the UK for 12 weeks, and then I'll be back again, hopefully for Songkran, the water festival. I've been meaning to do that for so many years. I sub with both of my accounts, so that's cool. Thanks for that, Alex, much appreciated. Yeah, so I've booked up for Songkran before and I've had to cancel it. The last one, my girlfriend said, oh, how about we meet up in May, because I can get some time off. And I thought, okay, we'll have to cancel Songkran again then. Oh, you're back, Steve? I'm good, Dave. I'm back in April in Jomtien. If you're there, we can go for a beer together. Yeah, I'd love to go for a beer, mate. I'll buy you a beer, no worries. Never deprive anyone of a beer. What have I been doing? I've been pretty active. I've been starting to make videos every day now. So the idea is I'm putting them out every couple of days at the moment. And then just before I go back, I'll start releasing them like weekly. And that'll probably keep me going into the end of January. Alex, you lived in Thailand for 6 years. Whereabouts are you based? Are you actually in where I am, or are you up in the villages or something? I'd like to know where you are. I've got many friends who are up in Isan at the moment, around the Karat area, and Khon Kaen. Oh, and Udon Thani. I know a lot of people are stationed down here near me. Let me know where you are. Anyone else in the chat wants to say hi, please say hi. Don't stay anonymous. So we've got 7 on now, which is cool. And this is my first proper live chat. Just on a tablet, straight onto YouTube. No special software. I have got special software on my PC, but I thought I'd just do it this way today and see how it goes. Yeah, 6 years. It's a long, good old stretch that, 6 years, living in Thailand, Alex. So the plan for me is I'll be making another 4 visits, and then after that I should be here permanently then. So I've sorted out the retirement visa. I've done that. Retirement visa, if you want everything done for you, then it starts around 55,000 baht. That's for everything. Take out absolutely everything, and you have to do nothing. You don't even have to. You sign a few things, and that's about it. That's all you'll do, and I'm going to take a picture of you. If you want to do it a cheaper way. Oh, by the way, I was quoted outside the immigration office in Jomtien 78,000. That's a lot of money. So the cheapest way of getting your retirement visa that I know of, I could be wrong. If you know any different anybody, then let me know. Is to when you go home outside of Thailand, apply for a immigration O visa, and that's quite cheap to do, and it's really easy. You fill in a couple of forms, and that's a couple of documents, and that's it. They issue that quite easily. When you come back, then you can convert that to a retirement visa. Obviously, you can get an agent to do that for you. But what I'm trying to say is, instead of paying like 60,000, you end up paying like 35,000. So to renew your visa each year, it all depends what sort of services you want, but it varies between sort of 10, 12,000 all the way up to 35,000 a year. So if you divide that by all the months of the year, it's not actually too bad. I thought about going for the LTR visa. That's a possibility for something in the future. Say hi if you're on the channel, so I can talk about stuff of interest. I don't know what you want to talk about, but at the moment we're talking about visas. I'm having a crafty beer. This is a large beer, by the way. It's a double. It's a 660 milliliter. So I get my beer up the road as an off license, and then I give them a quick tinkle online. So I want 2 crates of this. I want a bottle of vodka. I want a pack of Schweppes for now, and 2 packs of water, and they bring it up within like 20 minutes. And these beers work out about 50 baht for a large bottle, whether you have Chang beer, my beer, Leo, whatever. Any questions, anyone? Because if I can't answer, I'm sure there's someone on here who can. Yeah, whereabouts are you based, Alex? In Thailand, mate? Where are you? Are you down here are you in sort of Pattaya area? I'm sorry about the light at the back there. It's a little bit glary. So I've been, I generally go out for a bike ride early in the morning, and then I come back, have a cup of coffee, get a few things sorted, and then I normally watch a bit of telly, and then in the afternoon I'll go out for a couple of beers with my mates down at one of the cheap bars down in Jomtien. Do a food review before or after that, and then I'll trundle home. If I haven't got the bike, I'll walk home, try and keep healthy and fit. I walked home yesterday actually, it was really nice. And I worked up quite a sweat actually, to be honest. It was nice. So, and then I get back usually about 8 o'clock at night, 7, 8 o'clock. Sometimes a bit earlier. And then I watch a bit more telly and I go to bed. Go to bed between sort of 10 and midnight. And I'm up about 7 in the morning again, or 6 or something. So yeah, let's have a little look. Steve Goodgrove, I have to wait till April to be back. Miss Thai food. I'm in Lincolnshire, but this chat's annoying me now. It keeps fading out. I miss Thai food. I'm in Lincolnshire, but back April. Always stay in Jomtien, Dave. Okay, that's cool, because if you're over in April, I'm here for I think the first week in April. My second account, lol. Yeah, if you're over here then in April, definitely go out for a beer or something. No problem at all. So that's the way to do your visa. What I've just explained. It's meant to be the best way. If you have a better way, then please put it in the chat. It all depends how much work you want to do. If you want to do minimal work, you're going to pay for it, and if you do a fair bit of work, you pay less. Visas aren't expensive until you start going to an agent, and then they become very, very expensive. A word of advice: I set up my my Bangkok bank account got frozen. We didn't get frozen; they didn't let me withdraw out of it, but they still let me transfer money into it, and I'm still paying my direct debits for my electricity with the Provincial Electric Authority, PEA it's called. Anyway, to set up a direct debit in this country is bloody difficult. It's not done on the phone instantly and all that rubbish. You have to go to the PEA, get a form, take it to the original bank that you opened it with, and then take the form back to PEA, and you have to keep going backwards and forwards, and it's an absolutely bloody nightmare to set up. Anyway, when they closed my bank account down, I opened up a new one for my retirement reason with Krung SRI, the Bank of AODR, which is the yellow bank. And what actually happened was because it was on direct debit, they can't cancel it until the bank cancels it, and the bank won't deal with me because I haven't got an account with them anymore. So I've been on the phone with them all day trying to sort it out. They've had all this information, my passport, they've had all my bank account books and everything. They're going to try and cancel it. If I go online and try and pay online or with the PEA Electric Authority app, it won't let me pay. It just say transaction failed. It doesn't matter what I do. Even if I use a web online one like Easy Bills, that's a really good one, and I've used that before and it worked. So let's have a look at the chat messages. Sorry, I must catch up now. If you buy me a beer, we can go breakfast on me, Dave. Okay, I'll take you up on that then, mate. 99 baht breakfast is good enough for me, or small breakfast. I'll be very happy with that. Thanks, mate. You have the best contact in Thailand for visas. Okay. I was gonna do a video all about visas, and I decided not to in the end because I think it's best just to tell people how much I paid. I will let people know who I used, but it wasn't a bad price. I tried 5 different people, and the person that done it for me is actually below by the juristic office down in the condo I'm actually staying in. So yeah, that worked out quite well for me in the end. Oh, I should get my retirement visa back tomorrow, Monday morning, and she said it's sort of guaranteed Monday, Tuesday, but it better be back before the following week because I'm don't know how I'm going to get a flight without a passport otherwise. She is the daughter of a friend that worked in immigration. Just go get the chat up again, sorry about that. Yeah, she's the daughter of a friend that worked in immigration. She was in immigration when 2 years old, so she's like a friend. 2 years old? Bloody hell. So she's like a friend of all immigration. And now she's gorgeous. I bet she is. But she's probably older than 2 now, though. I'll take you to Fraser's. Nice breakfast. Yeah, I haven't been there, actually. By the way, guys, if any of you on here have got anywhere you'd like me to try, I've got a massive list. So how I've done it, I've got a list for Pattaya, I've got a list for the dark side, I've got this list for Pratamak, and I've got a list for like Jomtien and Jomtien. So the list is getting longer and longer and longer, but I've been hitting them every day. So hopefully I'll start getting through them, but you might not get it this time. It might be on my April trip. Yeah, I've been looking forward to Fraser's, Steve. We've got 8 or 9 people in the chat. There's only a couple of you chatting, so if you want to introduce yourself and say hi, that'd be great. Anything you think you would like to discuss? I don't know the answers to most things, but I'm sure someone in the chat will. Let's go ahead and type something, and we'll have a chat about it. Someone said to me today, where's the best place for Sunday lunch in Jomtien? Now that's really bloody difficult. I wanted a proper sit down one with friends, and I wasn't too worried about price or anything. I'll just go in Hemingway's, sort of guaranteed it's going to be all right. If I wanted to budget a little bit, the one that seems to be mentioned all the time, which is not so glorious as Hemingway's, is Jimmy's in Soy 7. So apparently the Sunday lunch there is really, really good. If I was to travel, if I was really hungry and not on a diet, I'd go to Pattaya. And I'll go to Pattaya and I go to the Sportsman. I think it's 13.1, 13.2. They have the carvery. You get free soups and you get free, you eat as much as you like carvery. You also get a dessert. I've never ever had the dessert because I've never been hungry enough to be able to eat it. I've been always really full. So because I'm on a diet, it wouldn't be a very good idea to go there at the moment. It's always far too much food. But I highly recommend the Sportsman. I think it's 500 baht now, which is actually really like 12, 13 quid. If you think about what you get as much meat as you want. You can't serve yourself the meat. They serve you the meat, but they give you like 3 massive slices, really thick slices, and then you come back for more. They have a fine in there as well. If you leave any food, you have to pay a fine. So it's about 100 baht or something. But the idea is not to take too much food. People who think the term is their eyes are too big for their belly. Right. No problem, Dave. Be nice to meet you and have a good chat. Yeah, it will be. So at home, I'm a taxi driver. I drive a Hackney carriage, and I really enjoy that. And I work on a taxi rank, so I can have a permit, so I can work when I want, not work when I want. And I also run my martial arts schools, where my daughter helps me run them when I'm away. So, and she has her own class as well. And I have assistant instructors, and they all have time off as well, and go on holiday and stuff. So yeah, but we've got to start tying up the ends now if I want to move here permanently in like a year or so. So what I need to do, the big issue, I don't know if anyone on this chat has any suggestions, right? Sensible ones, of course. I have a lovely dog, a little dog, it's Jack Russell. Need a solution. Do I get a doggy passport and bring it to Thailand? Okay, and then rent a house, or yeah. Go and keep him in a condo. Do I find an alternative way of doing it? My daughter would have it, but I can't because she's in a small place, and she's got her own little place, and she can't have like not a lot of noisy dogs. She does want a dog, but not this one. This one's a bit barky. So anyone got any ideas about the dog? I won't be giving her away, by the way. That's something I won't do. I mean, she's 6 years old at the moment. I mean, she could be here till she's 20. So I think doggy passport might be the best idea. And I very rarely go very far anymore. So I've done all the holiday thing. I've been to the Gotland and all the islands and the elephant sanctuaries and underwater worlds and the sanctuaries and the waterfalls. I've done it all, but I've done it all like 10 times. I've done it with my mum, I've done it with my sister, I've done it with my girlfriend, I've done it with my girlfriend's family. I've done all that, a tourist, so I tend not to go out that much anymore. I live like a local rather than being on holiday, even though I'm only here for 5 weeks at a time. That makes sense? Anything else? Any questions? Apart from that, just a working man, taxi driver. Work long hours, work really hard, and enjoy every minute of it. So how long have we been on the slide? Oh, crikey, I can't believe we've been on that. Been on that long. How long have we been on? No, 24 minutes. Not too long then. Any more questions? Anything you want to know? Now's the time to ask. Any questions at all? I won't be offended, as long as they're sensible. So tomorrow, I will be probably popping into the M&M bar. If you know the M&M bar, I won't be doing any videoing in there because of the nature of things in there and stuff. And then I'll be shooting off to do a review at a very famous restaurant while I'm in Pattaya and see how that goes. If you want other stuff, I got a video of bungee jump I can do a video about. Decided not to put that up, but there's a bungee jump just, you see it from my window, to be honest. So I watch them in the morning, jump off. They only tend to go bungee jumping at 7 o'clock in the morning. They never go bungee jumping like in normal times. I suppose they rise out of bed, have their breakfast and jump straight down, I suppose. I suppose that's the best way of doing it. So yeah, food reviews for me are easy because I eat once a day. So I decide when I want to go out. I try and do research, try and find out what other people like, and then I go out and review it. And then I just carry on my day after. I mean, if I'm eating out once a day, I might as well video it. And then people can either watch it or decide not to watch it. Doesn't matter, does it? Some people find some stuff interesting, some won't. Some people won't want to watch anything I do. That's fine. They won't be here now, will they? Any more questions, guys? It's got to be somebody with a question. So right, so I've got my visa sorted. Hopefully that'll be back on Tuesday latest. It better be. What else have I got sorted? Yeah, I've got to get this direct debit dropped. While you've got a direct debit linked to your electricity, you cannot pay your bill anyway at all. You can go into the office and pay it, but you can't pay by the app or pay online or any other. And there's no scan code on the bill anymore because they take the scan code off. It becomes more like an invoice rather than a pay me bill. So we've been trying the best to try and get around it for me today. I had a 45-minute conversation with them. The guy spoke absolutely awesome English, and he said, "I know you're really frustrated." He said, "And I really understand what you're saying." I said, "I'm not trying to be rude, but I said in England I can close my direct debits in about 6 seconds. Just go into the app on the bank and just close it down." I said, I appreciate it's different here and you have different kinds of rules and stuff. So I said, you know, I'm not trying to be awkward or anything. And he said, "No, I understand." So I sent them the last bit of information late this afternoon. Hopefully the direct debit will be lifted off my electricity. And then when it is, I haven't got enough time now. Next time I come, I will get the direct debit made up again, go through all the messing around with the other Krung SRI account. If you know of any other accounts that you can use, bank accounts for Visa, let me know. But the one that's very popular at the moment seems to be number one is the Krung SRI, which is the Bank of Ayodhya, which is the yellow bank. They seem to go by colours. So that's the one I've gone with. I've actually used the account. I've wised money through to it. That went through instantly, like within seconds, which is really good. Because Wise is, if you send over 1,000 now, they take up to 4 days to send it. It's horrific. They got taken over, didn't they? Not for everybody though. It all depends which bank you're sending to and what's happening. So I've got my Wise, sent money in there by Wise. I went down and used my debit card and that worked on the ATM. It didn't charge me anything, so I know that was perfect. And I went to a shop and paid on scan code and that worked. So everything's working on it as it should. And to be really honest with you, I'm happy with it. I tell you what, having a Thai bank account is so easy. You can scan code stuff. If you don't want to keep going in the back pocket all the time and getting cash out, you can just scan code. It's a lot easier. And even small street stalls, I'm on about the piddly street stalls that sell some tum and that, they take scan codes now as well. A lot of them do. I like I'm still a cash man. I do like cash, and I think you need to keep it alive. But in Thailand, for me, having that bank account, pay for things by direct debit, be able to transfer money in instantly and go and draw it out immediately is a lifesaver. It really is. Right, how are we doing? Right, we've got 6 people in the chat, and which is much better than I thought I'd ever get. But I would still like some questions, guys. Any questions? As long as they're not stupid. Anywhere you would like me to go and review. It doesn't have to be food. I'm open to do any review, anything. I might put the bungee jump video up when I get back in the UK. You might like that one. I've done half of it last year. Sorry, I've done half of it earlier in the year and I've done half of it the other day. And I've got enough to make a good little video up at the moment. Steve, Dave, what's the rate in Thailand for the GBP? Right, okay, so officially today, I think it's something like 42.09, which is bloody stupid. And they're giving you 41.65 the last time I looked this afternoon. 41.65, and that's from the yellow exchange boxes, yeah? Somewhere around 41.65 to 41.75. That's what all they're giving you. You would have thought that the rates, no, it's not very good, Steve. You would have thought the Thai baht would have weakened by now, naturally. It's been due to weaken for a long time. I don't know what's propping it up. And then you've got this conflict at the moment on the border, which I thought that would throw a spanner in the works, you know, because 1 in 10 people might say, oh, we won't go to Thailand at the moment, wait until it comes down a bit, you know, stuff like that. People who've got children and stuff, they can't take any chances and risks and don't know what, they've never been here before and don't understand how far away they are from the border and stuff like that. Look on the government website, it says you have to be careful anyway. So they see that, they say, okay, we'll cancel it. Let's go to Spain this year. We go, or let's go to Vietnam or whatever, and we do Thailand next year. So because of that, I thought maybe the Thai baht would crumble a bit and go up to like 46, 47 again, but hasn't happened, has it? I mean, it's absolutely terrible, the rate at the moment. I'll tell you the official, hang on, let me just get the telephone. I'll tell you the official rate at the moment. All the paintings you see, the photographs that I ever made, or the one on the other wall is a painting I made of a house near where I live in Oxfordshire, 1400s house. I painted it. Let's have a look. Pound to baht. Oops, didn't like that. Thai baht to English pound. Right, okay, so the rate at the moment, the official medium rate is 42.06. I think that's what roughly I said. So yeah, the booths are giving you 41.65 at the moment. That's exactly what I saw earlier. So that makes sense. There's a few more people joining the live. Put something in the chat, guys, and we'll try and cover as much as we can. Yeah, 41.65. I noticed the dollar looks like it's going to drop below 30 at some point. It's at 31 point something, 31.08 or something. And the Australian dollar, I think it's going to plunge under 20 again, to be honest. Yep, you just have to do a bit more work, Steve, I think. I mean, it just requires you to do a bit more. Mind you, as you know, Thailand can be really cheap. I sort of, although I come here for 5 weeks, like I said before, I live here, so I don't go out and do all these trips anymore. I sort of start finishing them last year after I'd done them all like 6 or 7 times, like I explained before, just now. So how much do I spend a month? Well, I spent a lot this month. I spent thousands because I've been doing stuff in the condo and getting it all really nice and replacing stuff and new shower, immersion heater, and I had the mosquito nets taken down. I've had new security cameras put up. Which I actually done them myself, but they drilled all the holes for me and stuff. I've had a wooden panel put on the wall. I'll show you. Look, just take my hand off that. That little wooden panel. I had that put on the wall just to take some of the white out of everything. That's my television behind. Yeah, so I've spent, in 1 month, I've spent on living, that's without the stuff done at the condo. I'm on about things like, not my visa, not all that sort of stuff, just beer. I've had unlimited beer, unlimited food, whatever I want, one really nice meal a day, anything I like. All the toiletries, all the shopping, everything. It's cost me less than £340 in a month. And I've wasted a lot of money. But don't forget, I don't have to pay for the condo because it's already paid for. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Now, I can go down 4 bars down in Jomtien and pay anywhere between 39 baht and 50 baht, most bars. So if I have 10 beers, it's 390 baht. If I do that twice a week, in a month, that's nothing, is it? It's like 30, 40 pound a month. So it's so cheap. If you want to go into the nightlife and go into Pattaya all the time and stuff, I mean, you've got everything here. You don't need to go into Pattaya really. But if you want to go around, you know, doing your thing, going out, ringing the bell all night long and having fun, then you can spend thousands and thousands and thousands. You can spend £4,000 a month. Most I've ever spent in a month is £1,500, and that's I went absolutely crazy. I just ridiculous, and that was a long time ago. It doesn't help with it. It's so low and flights so high that people. Oh, thing about flights, okay. The flights are so high, that's why people can't afford it. But Thailand's still cheap, Dave. Yeah, it is. You're spot on there, to be honest. Let me just tilt this a bit better. Do you want to see me underwear? My shorts, sorry. Yeah, Thailand's still a very, very cheap country to be in at the moment. It can be so cheap, it's ridiculous. And it can be really expensive. A lot of people fall for the trap where obviously on holiday they just want to enjoy themselves and they want to try and fit everything in and cram everything in. And people say, oh, how much do you need? £200 a day, £300 a day. And I'm thinking, what? £300 to last me a month. You know, I can go out and party every night on £300 a month, easy. If you go down the cheap bars, they're full up. You got all your mates down there, you have a real good time, and then next night you might go to a different one. So I do that like 3 times a week. I stock up with the old beers in the fridge, and then I bought these down at the market for 40 baht. They're pretty cool. Got some nice glasses as well. But it keeps them cool for a long time. They actually really work. So my air conditioning is set to 27 degrees at the moment. Or was it 26? Oh no, I put it down actually. Let me just check. Right, so my air conditioning set to 26 degrees. That's probably all skewy the wrong way around and mirrored, but it's 26. I've put it on dry, which takes the humidity out of the air, okay? So that costs me about 1,500 baht a month, which is about £35 a month. That includes this room and the bedrooms and everything. And then when I go out, I turn them off. When I come in, and then I've got an air purifier. So at the moment, I'll just show you. So I have this. It's like a little Chinese thing. It gives you the temperature. I don't know if it's all the wrong way around, but it says 26.1 degrees. So the air conditioning is working well. It's perfect. And this one is the humidity. We're at 63% at the moment. Normally it's around 50%, but I haven't been in that long, so the air conditioning's they're not taking all the humidity out yet. So the reason I've got this sitting on the table over there is so that I can put it down, and then when I'm at home in the UK, I can get the security camera, zoom in on it, I can see what temperature it is inside my condo and what the humidity is. And around April time, that went up to like 33 degrees. So I didn't have any air conditioning on. Hi guys, hi the new people. We're just having a ramble and a chat about literally anything you want to talk about. Keep throwing the questions, Steve, because you're bringing some good stuff up at the moment. So I've done a lot this trip. Every time before I come over, I have a list. I have one thing to do when I come over next time, and then by the time I come over, I'll have 2 or 3 more things, and then I'll write them down and make sure I get them done. I had my teeth cleaned at the dentist, because you can't get a dentist appointment in the UK anymore. I had them done. I had the wood fitted on the wall that you've just seen, which I'm so happy about. I've had some work done out on the balcony. I've had the air conditioning units cleaned. I've got some permanent bird feeders now outside on the wall, so I can feed the birds without them falling off the window. I'm 6 floors up, and I've got these bird feeders that stick with the 3 suction cups onto the window, and I fill them to the brim. But when it gets really dry, sometimes one of the suction cups fall off, and I'm really worried that it's going to fall down 6 floors and hit someone on the head or something. So I've put some proper feeders outside now, and I have a big array of birds that come every morning. They wake me up about 6:30, 7. I am going eating all the bird food and that. As you know, I'm a big animal fan, so. But, if you look on my chat, on my videos, there's a video going back a while away saying about feeding the soy dogs. I'll be doing that in a minute after I leave the live. So let me just go and get it for you quickly. Just 1 second. Right, so this is big, okay? Look at the size of that. Okay, so I started off with one of these, and what I do is I fill it up every night with dog food, and I take it out where the stray dogs are, and then a couple of them will come up to me and they'll start licking my leg and stuff because they know who I am, they can smell me. And each time I come back every few months, they still remember me. And then I've upgraded now. I've got 3 of these now, so now I can feed 3 sets of dogs. My dinner bowl. Yeah, it's pretty big. I don't think I could eat anything out of there. It's huge. I mean, look, I'm quite a big guy. That's the size of my arms, look, and body. It's ridiculous. But that holds a lot of food. That holds a few kilos of food. So that'll feed about 12 to 15 dogs. They'll just eat what they need. They won't just keep eating because it's so hot normally. They regulate themselves and they just eat what they need. When it's empty, the security or the taxi, the moped taxi guys will fill that with water, and then they'll put it out for the dogs. And then in the morning, I'll come back, I'll empty it out, and then I'll bring it back in and clean them all, and then they're ready for the next night. So I go out most nights with them, not all nights. If I'm busy, like I've got an appointment or I'm out somewhere or something, then I won't. Sometimes I forget. But I would say 5 nights, maybe out of 7 a week. I'm here. I feed the dogs. I think it's important not to feed them to a schedule too much because they get used to it. Okay, so we've still got quite a few. Well, we've got a few people in the chat. I didn't expect to get any tonight. If you want to say anything in the chat, and I'll try and add to it. I want to try and at least go 1 hour with this live, so we get a few people in, and I know a lot of people just like to sit and listen and not really say anything. But if you can blast some questions to me, it makes my life a lot easier. What have I got here? So all my videos is done off the Osmo Pocket 3. That's the microphone there. Without the windshield, I don't know where that's gone. The windshield's disappeared somewhere, probably in my bag. So that's got a clip on it, and I normally just clip it there. If I clip it here, it's too near, and it's the audio's too loud, and you can hear too much chomping away. And that's what I use for the recording. And to turn that on, you can just turn it like that, and it's on. It's ready. 4K 60. There you go. It's looking at you now on the tablet. So that works really, really well. You can also, there's a battery pack. There's 2 of these actually. This is the big one, and you can just slot that in like that, and now become a big selfie stick. And then at the bottom you can screw this in as well if you want, and now it becomes just move my keyboard out of the way, it becomes a stand. Okay, so that's how I do all my videos for eating, and it seems to work quite well, to be honest. So while it works. If it works, don't fix it. So that's an extra battery pack there, so that keeps it charged, which is pretty cool. And then it all fits very nicely into this little bag. Even got my Yardom in there. That's when I was ill, so I could breathe. Yeah, this is the mini one. This is just a little extension, so you can put the put a stand on. But that's not a battery pack. It's just an extension. So that's how I do all my videos. I've got a little mini PC here. It's literally this big, but the monitor. The tablet's on the monitor at the moment, resting on it. I'll tell you what I have got, which I haven't used yet, which was a bit of a waste really, wondering whether I'm ever going to use it, is I've got one of these mobile 7Ps. I think the 8's out now. But it's a gimbal for your Samsung S25, and that works really well. But I do actually prefer taking video with my Samsung phone and do it by hand, but when you're eating a meal it's a bit difficult to be able to do that, unfortunately. I've just turned it on. I wonder how I turn it off now. I wonder. Okay, I've just turned it on. I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, I do. There you go. So yeah, that's another toy to play with. I can't remember how much that was. It's just over 100, I think, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep that or not, to be really honest with you. I think I might actually get rid of it. It keeps turning itself back on again because I keep pressing something in the bag. Brilliant. Any questions from anyone? Just check the chat. The best place you've been to eat Thai food? I think the best place to eat Thai food is quite an easy answer to this. If your girlfriend's from Isan, you know the little Isan stalls you see, and they do the 60-80 baht meals. If you find one of them, they're everywhere. There's 10 of them in Jomtien. They're along the beach. They're really, really cheap. They would be the best bet for a grab a snack. If you're going out and you want to go out to a restaurant meal or something, then I'll go to Mukata. That's the place every Western man dreads. It's the one where you got the little cookers and burners, and then you put your food on the top. When you first go to them, they're like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Second time you go, you think, this is not so much fun, because it takes forever to cook anything and you're starving by the time it's ready. But yeah, for Thai girls and even Isan girls, Mukata is their favourite. If you upset your girlfriend and you say to her Mukata, eyes all light up. It's the only thing that light their eyes up. Definitely. I went to a Thai restaurant about 20 years ago in Bangkok. That was over £150. That was for 4 people, and it's one of the most famous restaurants in Bangkok. I was with my mum at the time and my ex-wife, but it was very. I didn't think much of it because I didn't really know a lot about Thai food and stuff, you know. So. Oh, we've got 9 people on now. Okay, so if you just come into the chat, we're having a little chat about, we've done visas, we've done Thai food, we've done the baht to the pound, why it's high, what's going on the state of play at the moment in Thailand, feeding the dogs, where I get my beer callers from, and basically what I've been doing in the condo for the last 4 weeks. Putting wood cladding on the walls, on some of it, just a small amount. So my whole condo is white, okay, and you get to a point where you just don't want to see white anymore. So I mean, I've got a nice IKEA 3x2 meter carpet on the floor, which breaks it up. It's like brown, white, and black and cream, and then I've got the matching cushions to go with these. This is the settee. This is the settee you can't have until you don't have any children anymore. They're grown up and moved out of the house. Satin white pearl. I've always fancied one, so I treated myself. Wasn't expensive. So yeah, it's an L shape. So it's like got the long chaise, the French thing, and then the middle bit pulls out and it turns into a bed. It goes into a perfect square. So it's handy if I have the outlaws over. That's the my girlfriend's mum and auntie. They come down to visit sometimes. So, Dave, Thai Airways or Eva Air, or do one stop me Eva? Sorry, I don't understand that. Let's just read it again. Dave, Thai Airways or Eva Air, or do one stop me? No. Eva, right? Eva and Thai Airways, as far as I know from London, is direct. The only ones I know where the one stop is when you do the Dubai and Qatar and all those sort of airlines, the Middle East ones. Some of them are all right actually, because one I went on, it was only 2 hours longer than a direct flight. It lands. You come off the plane, you go straight onto another one, and about 40 minutes later you start taking off again. So instead of 11 and a half hours, it ends up being 13 and a half hours or something, and it's really good. And it's like 450 quid. And that puts me on to your last question before that, Steve. Flights being expensive, you said, but it's not. Norsk Air, people have been doing YouTube videos recently on Norsk Air, saying you can fly Christmas Day to Thailand for £100. Yes, you can. I spotted that 4 months ago, and I told people I could go to Thailand for £268 return. It was something like fly out November the 25th and return on December the 25th. It was £268 direct return. So London Gatwick, both ways. And it was £268. Full flight is 400 to 500, I think, on a normal run with Norsk. I've never used them. I don't like using Gatwick. I like to use Heathrow because I live in Oxfordshire, so I'm 45 miles. I'm 41 miles away from the airport. That's all, Heathrow Airport. So I don't want to really add any extra journey. So when I go back in January, I got my girlfriend coming over from Europe, and she's coming over to visit me for a week. If you're hearing hi. So yeah, when I bought her flight, I could have got a cheapy Wizz Air one for like £45. I paid 140 because it goes to Heathrow, and it's going to save me a couple of hours of driving each way going to Stansted. So it's worth paying the extra money for. Don't forget, I've got to do that both ways and both trips. Yeah. Yeah, 640, very good, Steve. That's the best I've seen it. I paid 660 for this one with Eva Air, 660. If you book it on a Tuesday morning, it always seems to be a bit cheaper. They have the offers on Monday from the weekend, and they go in and take effect on Tuesday. That's the reason why flights are generally cheaper on a Tuesday. All depends what month, what day you're booking as well. What I normally do is go on Skyscanner and then go look at whole month. I did see a Eva Air. I saw a Thai Airways flight for 600 for this month and last month, but it was only up there for a couple of days. And then when I tried to search for it to book it, I couldn't get it back up again. So it's obviously been bought out. But Thai Airways are normally a bit more expensive. I prefer Eva Air. However, Eva Air, have you ever noticed, Steve, that the cabin at the back, if you're sitting at the very back by the tail of the plane, It's absolutely bloody freezing cold. It's like 13 degrees or something. Yeah, 760. There you go. Thai Airways in April, 760. Yeah. And I think Songkran lasts about 3 days. In Pattaya, they extend it to about 10 days or something stupid. I mean, it's completely out of control. People have told me, Dave, you'll only ever do it once. And I understand that. It's going to be blisteringly hot. So I ain't worried about the water. But it's constant. And it goes on and on and on and on. So I'm going to do it once. Yeah, I always use Skyscanner. I'll tell you a little story. Okay, we've still got 7 or 8 people watching. I got a little story about. I tried to use something else but Skyscanner a couple of years ago. I think it was Go Flight or something. It was a yellow logo at the top. It said Go Flights or something. And they seem to come up quite often. So I went on there and I booked. And I didn't get my e-tickets after 24 hours. So I phoned them up. And there was this dodgy guy in their bedroom. You could hear them there in their bedroom. And he said he was working from home. And he said, oh, we can't book your flight until you have to pay extra. And I said, well, why do I have to pay extra? I've just paid for it. He said, oh, no, that's not available anymore. If you want, it's another £180. So I said, no, just refund it. He says, we can't refund it at the moment. You have to wait 30 days. I've got all this baloney, yeah? And it was a nightmare. It was a bloody nightmare. The credit card company, even though it was a credit card, weren't interested in refunding me whatsoever. So I threatened them, and in the end, I wrote a letter to this company, and they responded to it, and then they phoned me up and said, sorry, we're not going to bother refund. Oh, we refund you, but we refund you, and it's going to take a while. How long is it going to take? We don't know. I said, well, legally, it's got to be 5 to 7 working days or whatever. So anyway, it went on all this flapping around for a couple of weeks, and I never got my money back. So I ended up booking a flight with Skyscanner, doing it properly, and thinking, might lose my money. Anyway, in the end, I sent all the evidence off to the credit card company. I sent all the screenshots. I got screenshots of him lying to me as well on text, saying one thing and then changing his mind 2 minutes later. And then I had the text that I needed. I will refund you, but I don't know how long it's going to take. That's an agreement. So they refunded me, but that took me nearly 2 to 3 months to sort out. So what I done was mentally separated myself from it. Said, look, whatever happens, I'm going to Thailand. I'll pay for another flight, and then I'll get this back. And if I don't, I don't. That's it. And, no point worrying about it. So that's a little lesson for you. I wouldn't book anywhere else. I use booking.com, by the way. I use booking.com for my taxis from Suvarnabhumi to Pattaya. Now, people that do it for 1,000 locally, the going rate's about 1,200 one way. There's a company called Koi Technologies I used last time I came here. And there were 700 baht each way, including all taxis and airport fees, and toll fees. I don't know how they've done it for that, because it cost them more than that. I think it's because they were trying to get a foot in the door on booking.com. They weren't available to take me this time, and I thought they weren't going to bother even turning up last time, and they did. They were brilliant. So I gave them 200 baht each way tip, because I was so happy with the service. It cost me 900 still. But as a taxi driver in the UK, I understand it's dirt cheap here. I think it's about 80 odd miles. Is it something like 108 kilometres, about 80 miles, 70 miles? So in the UK, that costs you 260 quid with me. And it's cost me 17 quid, 19 pound. So anyway, this time I had to pay the full whack. It was worked out £30 and 90 pence each way or something. It's 29 out and 31 back, because I'm coming back sort of around a busy time of the year. But I've done that through booking.com. You can cancel within 24 hours without any questions asked. I got Genius 3 on booking.com, which is like a discount code thing, but I don't think it makes much difference to that. But look out for them. Koi Technologies. They're from Malaysia, I believe. And if you ever see them, you know they're not a scam. I've used them before. Oh, you pay 1,200, Steve, to Jomtien, yeah? Yeah, that's about the going rate. There is ones that do it for thousands. But I'd rather just pay 1,200 and give them 100 baht tip or whatever at the other end, maybe a little bit more if I've got a bit more change. And if they're pleasant. I've had a driver before that's not even spoken to me all the way. I've tried to make conversation, and then I've tried to speak in Thai. And yeah, he said hello to me when I got in the car, but there's no speech or nothing. I've had a guy on the telephone all the way to Pattaya, and I said to him, I said, you can't, I said, you're lucky. I said, you can't do that in our country. You lose your license straight away for that. I don't care. But he was starting to drift all across the road, you know, and I was getting a bit worried. So I said to him, look, I said, do you mind concentrating on your driving a bit more? And then he cut the voice call. I think it was his wife having a go at him or something. But that went on for a good 40 minutes on the journey, which is just over half the journey. Anyone had any good or bad experiences with travelling from Bangkok to wherever they're going? Does anyone ever go to Hue Hin? Hue Hin used to have there used to be a ferry. It's about 4 hours, I think, from Pattaya to Hue Hin. There was rumours that it was going to start up again. If it does start up again, I'll definitely do the trip and do a vlog on it, definitely. So I'm drinking my beer. It's by Singer. It's the old Singer Light. It's 1.6 grams of carbs, and that's a large one. So there's 3.2 grams of carbs there, which is about 5 times less than normal beer. So it just helps you keep the carbs off, doesn't it? Okay, we've been on here an hour, guys. I'm going to give you another minute or two. If you want to put more chat in there, I will try and answer. If you've got any information for me as well, that'd be really cool. Never fail to learn. I always love learning, and I learn something new every day. So I claim to be an expert of anything. I've been coming to Pattaya since 1996, and I certainly aren't an expert. I want to try the bus, but after 12-hour flight, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're going to say here, Steve. Yeah. So after you had a 12-hour flight, plus all the queuing up and that, which is really more like 19 or 20 hours with the travelling to the airport, you don't want to get Jomtien and try the bus. I think they have different levels of bus now. I think the one comes to Jomtien bus station up just on Pattaya Road, just around the corner from Tepasit, which you can walk to Jomtien from there, is 140 baht, I think. That's the cheap bus though. There's different levels. You can have like the posh ones, the big posh buses, the toilets on and and all that sort of stuff. I think there's even one with a shower on it. You pay like 220 and stuff. But I think 140 baht last time was the going rate. I've been on that once. And the service is actually really good. I remember arriving at Suvarnabhumi Airport and I went outside and oh my God, it was so bloody hot. It was like 40 odd degrees and nearly knocked me out. And I waited like half an hour for this bus to turn up. I got on it and it was brilliant. It was really, really quick. I think it was about an hour and 45 minutes or something. And that dropped me off right on the beach in Pattaya, and that's going back to 2007 maybe, somewhere around there. So it was a period of time I didn't come to Thailand. I mean, I've been to virtually every country in Europe, and many other countries outside of Europe, but Europe doesn't do it for me anymore. All these rules, regulations, it's all becoming like the same police state, for me. Are you in one, you're in them all, So, yeah, at the moment, I'm sick of the state of play of what's happening back at home. It's certainly not perfect here, but it's really chill out here. I chill out all day long, and I'm very, very happy. I get very tired quick here, though. Heat makes me very tired. I like to have a sleep for a couple of hours in the daytime if possible. It helps me if I'm going out in the evening. The latest night I've had out in a whole month is probably about, I had one late, probably about 10 o'clock is the latest I've ever come home. There was one night I did come home at 3 in the morning. I went to, with my friend, to the Cinema Pin Isan Disco, and we stayed nearly to the end because we didn't get there till late, and that was really good. I love that place. Go there with my girlfriend quite a lot. Nice chatting, hope to see you. Yep, I'm going to close it down anyway now, Steve. Thank you so much for putting all the questions up and that. You've been doing some typing tonight, mate, and it's been good. You've made the chat and you've made it worthwhile for me too. But it's nice to know that what I'm doing and it's all working. But look after yourself, Steve, and yeah, see you in April. I owe you a beer. You're going to get me a 99 baht breakfast. I'll be happy with that. If no one's got any other questions, we're running for an hour and 5 minutes. I do, if you haven't been on before, I need to go and feed the doggies, because if I don't feed them, no one else will. I've got 3 of those to put out, and yeah, cheers, Steve, and that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to probably relax, do a bit of texting, chatting to my girlfriend, do a video call, finish this beer off. Still got quite a bit left. I've got half a bottle nearly, and then I'll go to bed, get up about 6:30 and go for a bike ride. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks so much. Look after yourself, and most importantly, look after the animals. And if I don't see you before, have an amazing Christmas, okay? Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Hope everything works out for you guys. So tough at the moment for everybody. Okay, bye for now. Cheers. Thanks for coming on.